Hey, Michael.
How's it going?
Good, man. How's it going with you?
Great, great. I think we're going to talk today about new ways to get affiliates, I believe.
Yes. How much do you know? Have you ever done Facebook ads?
I haven't, no.
Okay. Let's see. I have a new thing. Let me let's see here. Hold on just a second.
Sure.
I got let's see here.
I didn't know if you were going to record today's conversation or not, but I did want to talk to you a minute about a couple of things. I know you're looking that up, though.
Okay.
But, before you were to do that, if that's all right.
Okay, yeah.
Off the record, so to speak. I just wanted to say a couple of things, that's all. Trying to learn this business that I'm doing here is, it's very real to me. I'm really trying to get it down and understand everything. But, of course, I'm pretty inexperienced at a lot of things, but I appreciate your help, in doing all this. But, the other day when I was launching the product, I didn't understand about the WSO launching right away when we set that second part up.
Uh-huh.
And so I think, obviously I made a mistake in doing that, but I think I just had 3 days, to get affiliates.
Right.
It's fine with me if, if you had said at that point, Michael, that's stupid. Don't do that. You shouldn't do that. You should actually wait a few weeks, build affiliates. I would have, appreciated that. I don't mind.
Uh-huh.
And I know I was, maybe I wasn't really in that much of a hurry to launch it. I just didn't understand that when we set the second part up that it was going to launch, and then you said, well, decide on a date. And so I did, but obviously it wasn't the right thing to do. So.
No, it was fine. I wouldn't have let you do. I wouldn't have allowed it if there was something wrong with it.
Okay.
All right,
Sure.
It's not a big deal. But here's why there's nothing wrong with it. Because number one, you didn't have a product to sell.
Right.
So anybody that gets on your list, you don't have a product to sell.
Okay.
Before then.
Yeah.
Now you do.
Okay. All right.
See the point?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
All right.
All right. So, I just wanted to say that. And then, when I was Skyping you beforehand, again, just trying to get something out of the way. I think I was doing it a lot, and I did not realize I was doing it so much, so I apologize for that. I wasn't trying to bug you. It's not my mission in life to bug you.
No, I know.
I'm just trying to get this stuff down. So
I know.
That's all I want to say.
Yep. No, it's like that. When you, the more you get, the more anxious you get.
Yeah.
The more you want to contact me, and that's natural. You see it with your kids in school too. I'm sure when they're
Absolutely.
anxious about something, they don't understand something, they're going to come up to your desk every 5 minutes.
Right.
And that's what you were doing, and it's not a big deal, and I totally understand why. But I didn't address the anxiety issue because I don't want to talk about it. What I want you to do is get rid of it because it has no place in your business.
Right.
But that's why I simply said what I said. Hey, I'm not available every time
Right.
you want to call.
I get that. Yeah,
but
understand that.
and I didn't mean to be mean about it. I don't think I was. If it came across that way, I didn't mean to be. But no, I understood exactly what it was. I just didn't address it because I knew that you would get to a point to where you would understand the many reasons why it's not good to call me. One, you need to work through things on your own. Number
Right.
two, I'm not going to be available at every time you
Sure.
get hung up. Third thing is you've got to learn to stop letting things hang you up. And then there are other reasons too. You just need to think through things and things like that.
Okay.
So it's not a big deal, dude.
All right. I
Really,
appreciate it.
not at all.
All right. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
No, well, thank you. I do. I appreciate you bringing that up.
All right.
I do. Okay, I've got what we're going to do. Okay, there's 3 ways. All right, 3 ways that we're going to recruit affiliates because you're at a super disadvantage. This is your first time. You've never mailed for anybody else to speak of. Not at least not for the people who you want to mail for you. Nobody knows who you are.
Right.
You haven't done squat. You've never been to a networking event. You're rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling through it, and
Yeah.
that's just part of the process. So you got a lot of things working against you right now. The thing is it had to be done.
Yeah.
It had to be done. The first time somebody picks up a paintbrush, the job looks like crap.
That's true.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Not to mention that this is a mind-bendingly complex way to do business.
Mm-hmm.
It
I see that.
it truly is. I mean, if you should today, you should have some respect for the people who do this for a living because
Absolutely.
it is hard.
Absolutely.
It's a grind, man. Now you'll get to the point to where it won't be such a grind. You'll get to where you're like me. I have so many ideas I can't get them all out of my head and get them all into the marketplace. But soon you'll be able to afford somebody to write your sales pages for you. You'll be able to get somebody to set up the back end so that you don't worry about any of that. Get somebody to set up your Warrior Plus stuff and all that jazz, and it'll go a lot smoother, and you won't feel like you're in a washing machine.
Okay.
Because that's
All right.
probably what you feel like right now. But really, one of the things I wanted to allow you to see by going ahead and launching that thing with 3 days notice is that affiliates are more important than customers.
Mm-hmm.
Affiliates are more important than the product itself.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
Because if you stick a billboard up in the desert, nobody sees it.
That's true.
And that's what you've done, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Right. So getting affiliates and networking with other affiliates is the number one job.
Got it.
It is the number one job. Now, what you're going to find is that it's difficult.
Okay.
None of the big boys want to talk to you.
Well, I know you said you had that experience too, early on.
Yep. Hey, none of them still want to talk to me.
That's crazy.
It's just not worth their time.
No.
It's not worth their time. They've got their own. They also have more ideas than they can get out of their head.
Yeah.
So they don't need my damn ideas.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do.
And those people that already have a 20,000 subscriber list. You know what they do? They puke their ideas out as quickly as they can puke them out, and they sell them to their list as fast as they can sell them. They're not interested in whether I sell shit or don't sell shit.
Uh-huh.
Same with you. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. Just get that into your head. Get comfortable with it. because nobody cares about you.
Right.
Nobody cares about me. They all care for themselves. And that's the number one thing to remember when you're dealing with them. Now,
Okay.
there are some guys who are from different countries that are starting to come on in this affiliate business, and they don't want to make products. You know, they just want to build a list and be able to mail them every day and sell them, which is where you and I are getting to too, right?
Right.
I mean, that's, you know, if we're going to get you to six figures in 6 months, that's where we've got to get you to. The beautiful thing is that those guys, if you send something to them, if you can figure out how to get in touch with them and send something to them, they'll probably promote it. You know, you might have to have 100 affiliates that can make 10 sales each. You know, but that'll give you 1,000 sales.
Yeah.
You know, so you're going to have to work hard to get them.
Okay.
Now we're going to use. There's 3 things that we can do. I bought a new tool last week that'll help me find some of those unknown affiliates from other countries.
Okay.
And I'm going to share that with you, and we're going to work on it together. Another way is to do it through social media. And you know who Anthony Aries is, right?
Yes, I have heard of him.
Have you been seeing his ads lately, past 2 or 3 weeks on Facebook?
I've seen some of them, but I haven't paid a lot of attention to them, honestly.
Okay, well, here's the deal. He's got Brad Spencer helping him, who is a really sharp guy, too. Brad used to work for Ben Atkins, and he handled all of his launch stuff. And what Brad learned how to do was how to get attention on Facebook, and they've got a 2-prong approach. They post pictures of them with their girlfriends or them with women or any picture that everybody's going to like, and try to make it go semi-viral in the affiliate marketing crowd. Okay?
Okay.
At the same time, they're running ads on Facebook using the same pictures. You know, then they'll if one of those ads they put in the news feed gets especially bunch of likes, then they'll sponsor that post and run it. But what they're doing is they're flogging Facebook, and you're going to see them for 3 weeks solid until the launch happens. And
Okay.
and that's how they get. Now they're not talking about their launch when they're posting. They're not talking about their launch. Now you'll see a link every once in a while, and you'll see those ads over there. If you click on one of those ads, it'll take you to the JV page.
Okay.
So what are they doing? They're raising the awareness. They're raising everybody's awareness. They're getting everybody's attention on them personally.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that they do. All right. So you've got social media and paid advertising together on social media. So it's really just one thing, but it's very effective. Now it works better for them because everybody knows who they are. Okay? Everybody's not going to know who you are.
Right.
That means you're going to have to do double what they have to do, and you're going to have to do it for a longer period of time, for double the amount of time as well. So that people, when people see your ad over there, when they see your face over there in that side column, they're going to let it go, you know, until they've seen it 20 times, and then they might let it go even further until they're actually not in a hurry and happen to be on Facebook wasting time. And then they're going to click on it to see what the hell's going on.
Okay.
So, you know, you're going to have to let people view your ads 20, 30, 40 times before they're even going to click.
Okay.
Your target audience, now I'm talking about JVs or potential JVs. Not only that, you can't run the same picture. If you want them to see it 40 times, you're going to have to show them 5 or 6 different pictures.
Okay.
All right, and all that is branding.
That's what I was going to ask you. That sounds like branding.
It's all it is branding. That's all it is. And then you go make a... The other thing they're doing with social media is they will write one article a week on how to make more sales as an affiliate type stuff. They're how-to articles, and they'll post them in different Facebook pages, and they'll post one a week. So they'll start 4 or 5 weeks before they go up. What does that do? It raises awareness. It gets you some attention, right? You're helping other people, and everybody in the community loves that. All the other marketers love that. And they'll like it, and some of them will say, "Woo, that's great advice," or "I do that every time," and you got to have your little posse too. You got to have your little posse too. Okay? Now, I'm your posse, but it's just me and you. We've got some other people who are in the program, but they're not fully understanding how important affiliates are. Now, they're going to after this meeting, because I'm going to render this video and I'm going to post it in the group so that everybody can see exactly what the number one thing is you have to do as an affiliate marketer to make money is. And it's not writing emails, and it's not creating products. It's building a list and finding affiliates. Building a list, finding affiliates. Building the list, finding affiliates.
Okay. Got it.
And that is what it's all about. Now, if you're really good and you got the money to blow, you can do Facebook advertising and get the affiliates, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to cost you a lot of money. It's better to use that in combination with these other things. Just like Brad is doing with Anthony, or he's got Anthony doing right now for that Tube Viper X launch. And this is a rule that I didn't learn. I didn't learn. Nobody told me this. I just eventually figured it out, because by the time I'd created and released my 6th product, I was getting WSO of the day. I got a JV Zoo product of the day once. And you know how many people that made jump on and become affiliates for me?
Quite a few.
0.
0? Oh, man.
Now, I made extra money off of it, because when you get Warrior Plus deal of the day, the owner, Mike, he'll mail for it. Obviously, it's the best-selling product of that day, and he wants to make money too, so he makes it the product of the day and sends that out to his list, which is basically, he's got everybody's list in his list, and there's no telling, how many sales he can make from it. And the same way with the JV Zoo guys, with Brian and EBR and Chad Castleman. Brian Zimmerman, those guys are good guys too, and I like Mike a lot too. So you will make sales by getting that, but does it get you other affiliates? No. You know why? Because it's still anonymous.
Okay.
People want to do business with people they know. Believe it or not, the internet's just like the real world.
Okay.
When you get to this level, it really is. It's the same thing. People do business with people they know. That's why I go to events, and I've had some good luck at events, met some good people. Even though I go have cocktails and go have beer with some of those big name affiliates, have dinner with them, have lunch with them, whatever, guess what? That still doesn't make them want to be my affiliate. You know why? Because affiliates only care about one thing. You know what that is? Themselves. How much money am I going to make today? Can you blame them for that?
Not really.
No, because what is this? A business. And we're in business to do what?
To make money.
Okay, you've learned a lot of good lessons today. If you align what your affiliates want with what you want and make both those things work together, that's when you get affiliates. that is when you get affiliates. Okay?
Okay.
That's where the magic happens. Now, that's a difficult thing to do. It takes experience. It takes some networking. And what my advice for you as a new person, and again, this is something I had learned that I didn't have anybody teach me, is you produce products in whatever's hot. Okay? Now, that's not what I wanted you to do your first product in. I wanted you to do your first product into something you already knew, right?
Right.
Because I wanted to make it easy for you.
Okay.
Now, if you want affiliates and you want to actually make some money with your products, you're going to find the hottest thing going. You're going to go test it out yourself. You're going to document the process, preferably with video, just like I video everything. You know I do.
Yeah.
Everything I do, I video, and everything I do becomes a case study. And if it works out like I think it's going to, and it makes money, or I see some sort of success, I turn that into a product.
I see.
Everything I do. Okay? And the big secret is that's what everybody does. Some people don't even do that. They'll see something that's hot, and because they have had experience working, along the lines of something similar to something like, if YouTube is hot and they have a lot of experience with YouTube, they can just reach into their mind and pull out a methodology that they'll know works based on experience. And wham, they've got a product and a project. But that comes with experience. Another thing is, when you have proof that it made money, it'll sell twice as much.
Okay, makes sense.
Prove it made money with a video showing your earnings, and it'll sell twice as much. You'll get twice as many affiliates if you have proof of earnings.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be big money, just has to be some money. Or if it's about list building, and you can put 20 new people on your list every day, a lot of people would love to know how to do that.
You bet.
And if you can show video proof that you did that, you're going to get affiliates and you're going to make sales.
Makes sense.
All right, now this has not been an actual action plan meeting. Here's what we're going to do. This has been more educational because we're going to go into exactly what to do later once I find this software, which I can't even find it right now. But we're going to recruit affiliates together for your product, but the process of you and I recruiting affiliates is going to become a product.
Okay.
You see how layers deep, man. You just got to be creative. Everything you do, even when you're not even finished with it, you can turn it into a product.
Got it.
And you need to be, look, you've got to make as much money as possible. So you've got to use your time as wisely as possible. Everything I do is a product. Everything. I've got a way that I hire people at Odesk. It's some methodology of filtering. I'm already made the product. It's already packaged and ready to go. Made it 2 years ago, but I haven't sold it yet.
Huh.
I don't have time to get everything out.
Got it.
I've got stuff backed up, all over the place. Just can't get it all out. So anyway, your launch process, for the sake of getting as many affiliates as possible, needs to be a 4-week-long process, and you've got to get some exposure. And you do that through Facebook ads, You do that through helping people with helpful posts on Facebook, and you do that with we're going to do that with a piece of software where we're going to recruit some affiliates that are not in the United States or Canada. Some of those guys that don't have their own products, don't want to do their own products, they might not even speak English, but they can write English well enough to build a list and write emails. Some of those guys have decent lists. So, all right. So, did you learn anything?
Sure did.
Good. Now, we really need to. It's going to be, you got to have some major patience, which I don't have a lot of. But you got to have some major patience. You've got to be willing to sit down and do all this stuff for 30 days and still be willing to accept failure on it. You really do. You might do this for 30 days and you might not sell another damn one of them. It happens. It happens. I just worked on one with a big name marketer. You know who it is. I'm not going to say it on this video.
I know.
But it flopped.
Oh.
It flopped. I made $100. And it took me a lot of hours.
Yeah.
A lot of hours to get it all done. Yeah, I made less than probably $2 or $3 an hour.
Okay.
But it happens.
Sure.
It happens. So, and I like making $1,000 a day. That's what I like to make. I don't make that all the time, but that's what I like to make.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that have to come together all just right to make a launch really kick ass. Number one, it has to be in a hot niche. You have to have good affiliates and a bunch of them, as many as you can get. And software sells better than anything else, but you're not a software developer yet. Plenty of people make money selling information products, and that's what you're going to do for a while. But you take a look at some of the big names that you've seen, and you're going to see that a lot of it's software.
It is.
Now, the ones that's not software, people like Anthony Aries, Donald Wilson, Ben Atkins, some of those other guys, you'll see them run a campaign for a month. Because they do it too. Even though all their friends, they could probably just pick up the phone and get a commitment, but it's better when you market to them. You know why? They like to be marketed to because it gives them ideas to market to other people.
Got it.
Marketers like to be marketed to. It shows that you know what the hell you're doing. That helps them to believe in you, which makes them want to get on board and be your affiliate.
Makes sense.
And it's one of the damnedest things. I'm a sociological geek. I like to watch people, and I like to study culture. And that's one of the weirdest cultural phenomena that I've ever seen. Marketers love to be marketed to. I love to watch commercials. I think commercials are the best thing on TV. And so I'm kind of the same way.
Right. I've heard one point, salespeople are the easiest people to sell to.
That's true. That's true. They want to see you take through the steps. They want to be able to savor the process. It's the same thing. It's the same. And I used to think differently because I don't like to be marketed to by other people. I would much rather somebody call me on the phone and say, hey, man, I got this going on, this. Will you help me out and promote it?
Yeah.
I'd much rather have that. But hardly anybody does that. Hardly anybody does that because they all like to be marketed to, and so that's what they do to everybody else. You know, but I used to try to contact people personally to get them on board. No way, brother. They won't respond.
Huh. Well, no, even when I was doing my affiliates, because I had 25 affiliates that requested to sell my product, I PM'd them in the Warrior Forum. Again, not knowing what I was doing, just trying stuff out. Didn't get one response. You know, I said, hey, appreciate you being on board. This thing's really selling. It really wasn't. But, you know, just try to get them excited about it.
Yeah.
And zero.
Right.
No response.
The majority of them want to be marketed to. They want to be wowed. They want to be amazed. They want you to capture their interest. They're just not going to give it to you.
That's true.
Never forget that lesson. Never forget it. And it's one of my hang-ups. It's one of the things that I don't do well. So maybe, I don't know, if you turn out to have a knack for it, maybe we'll work something out so that you can help me with that part of my business and I can help you with another part of your business.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm always open to that, working together for percentages and things like that. I'm not a very good repetitive task person. I like to figure out how to make something work and then pass it off to somebody else because by then I'm bored. That's me. You know, other people don't have a problem with it. You know, some people can sit there and just redo the same thing every day over and over and over, but I just can't. It makes me drink.
Got it.
So, but anyway, all right. So let's digest all this information.
All right.
Get your mind right. Get your mind to the place where it needs to be. Let's talk again tomorrow if you can. And I'll get that email ready. Let's see, I need to do it earlier tomorrow because I have let's see, I've got something at 3:30 tomorrow and it's going to take me all night to finish it. You can't do any earlier, can you?
I start my teaching job tomorrow, so I can do anytime 5 o'clock your time this week is great for me if it works for you.
Okay, let's do it Thursday at 5 o'clock my time.
Okay.
Will that work?
Absolutely.
Okay, man. Enjoy your couple days off. Don't worry about anything. Be happy.
All right.
And we'll get things moving.
All righty. Roger, appreciate it as always.
Thanks, Michael.
All right, take care.
See you, man.